like Vedic astrology books. There's a lot of stuff online that you can learn though for free without having to get a book. If you're really wanting to though, there's tons of stuff out there. And as far as people have been asking me about this quite a bit, about the 3 days of darkness. I know there's a lot of talk about this right now. I think a lot of that is metaphorical. It's like symbolic. It could be physical, I'm not sure, but I think a lot of what we think is external and physical is more metaphoric or allegory. And the black hole, that I believe is just part of a plan, like to speak about it through the media. There's always an agenda behind that. There's always like, it always lines up as far as numerology goes, and the cycles that we're in, the rituals. I think a lot of it has to do with, there's a lot coming out when it comes to dark matter, and this is connected to this black hole because these people are waking up in consciousness, so they can no longer hold back on information that they already know. So they're kind of putting things out, but it's in a ritualistic way that they're doing it. And what I've been getting from the black hole, because I've been talking about this for months on the channel, that there's a black hole that we're basically lining up with, and this is near the galactic center, and this is it's a density wave, a radio wave that's coming from this black hole, and they're probably going to talk about this soon, but there's this density wave, radio wave, and what I believe is this is what is going to give a lot of information about dark matter. I forget what it was, but I was getting something about, I think it was positrons, and I spoke about this a while ago. It was, I think, a month or two ago, when I was talking about the black hole and these positron things or energy. But we are moving into the next the sun cycle, which is called the sixth sun, which the Mayans would speak about. And to me, this is kind of why it's come out at the time that it has through the media. Any new info on high intuitive perceptions? I haven't been on Discord, so I don't know if you've messaged me or not. Any new info for transmission stations and channelers? A lot of people are going to be channeling and realizing that they're channeling for the first time. And with these, what I call stations, a lot of these are asteroids, or what we call asteroids. They're actual like energy stations and transmissions, but they're all connected. This is what I view the planets as, too, is these stations of energy that transmit consciousness and information. It's like a big system. But a lot of people are going to be tapping into new consciousness through these transmission stations, and one of them is Uranus, what people call a planet. In my opinion, is a transmission station. It's not what we've been told. So the information that's coming through for a lot of people is this higher consciousness, higher awareness. This is why there's going to be a lot more talk about like dark matter coming soon. I think there's going to be a lot more talk about manifestation, quantum reality, synchronicity. Yeah, they are in the belt, like between Mars and Jupiter. What's used to be known as Maldek, which is now an asteroid belt. These asteroids are like transmission stations, just like the moons. The moon is like a hollowed out station. It's a satellite. And the way that people are seeing this now too, they're seeing the truth because there's a moon that's being built, a satellite that's being built. So they're basically telling people that the moon is this satellite, or being used as a satellite, even if it is made out of like earthly material. But yeah, and they're gonna start talking about more moons that they're finding and all these new things that they're finding, when really it's either made up or they've known about it all the time, all along. Always feeling tingling in the tip of my tongue during my meditation. Why so? I'm not sure. I do know it's a good thing to put your tongue at the roof of your mouth during meditation, but I'm not sure why you'd feel tingling. I get tingling in my hands, so it could just be the way your body is reacting, how the energy is moving through your body. There could be just channels of energy that's opening up. Could be throat chakra. That makes sense. I've been sleeping nonstop too. The last, this whole last week, even the last few days, I've been sleeping a lot. So listen to your body if you feel like you need to rest, if you need to take care of yourself. Yesterday I spent pretty much all day in bed. Yeah. And for my readings, it's usually Western and Mayan astrology. The last couple days. Oh wow, there's a connection between Mars trine Saturn or Pluto with shootings and such. It's interesting. I think I heard someone talking about that. What I've noticed too is when we have this square between, and I talked about this in the Twin Flame extended reading, I think, and how this affects like relationships, but the square between Mars and Gemini with Neptune and Pisces towards the end of the month, this brings a lot of clearing and purging, a lot of stuff through your astral body, through your solar plexus. It kind of clears like your energy channels. A lot of people are going to be tapping into information that they didn't know about, but there's a clearing that takes place first. So there could be triggers that come up spiritually at a soul level, and then there's like this deeper awareness of why that is, and then people start really locking into information and like understanding things that have been coming in. Some people are already experiencing this now, and it's only going to intensify, and then others are going through more of this unconsciously, especially if you've been sleeping a lot or you've been feeling a little bit blocked or disconnected from your life and like everyone around you. Kind of feel like you're in a movie and things are just like on pause and you're just here existing. That's kind of how I feel it. So a lot of people are going to start understanding things at a much deeper level, and connecting to the collective unconscious directly to the information or the collective layer of thought. So this is like the noosphere that people are tuning into, which is a layer of thought that we're all telepathically linked up to. With this square to Neptune, the information's coming in through your astral body, like that picture I showed earlier. If I can find it. it's coming in through these lines in your energy body, the information, and a lot of this is parallel realities that you're connecting to, but also the information and memory of the collective. So some people are going to be tapping into events that have not happened yet, like premonitions, and they could even be events that are unfolding in different timelines, different parallel realities, based off of realms that have been created through our focus and thought. So there are multiple realms that are existing at once, and based off of your frequency, your consciousness, your perspective of things is how you tune into these. And then how we manifest depends on what we focus on as a collective. This is why the media plays such a huge role in what we manifest, because it's programming our unconscious, and then we're tuning into these specific realms that we've already been feeding into with our thought and our focus and our energy, and then those begin to manifest in our physical realm because it trickles down from these higher dimensions. So energy, and this is kind of why we're here in this plane, the third dimensional plane, is to learn how to master our energy. Otherwise we'd instantly manifest things and it would be completely out of control. So here, through this process of awakening, we're learning that there is a dark and a light, and we're able to see the light because of the dark, and we're able to see the dark because of the light. So it's needed to have that dualistic experience and be able to be separate and have our individual perspective on things. And we're kind of merging as individuals into a collective unity awareness that we haven't really experienced yet. Even during the times of Atlantis, it was more focused on the solar plexus. Now we're moving to the heart. The solar plexus is more up there. So now we're moving more towards the heart, and this is why we're having a lot of purging coming in through the astral body, because it comes right in through here. It's like a vortex. And this is also connected to like the desire realms, and we have this South Node conjuncting Capricorn, conjuncting Saturn in Capricorn. This is things that have basically been crystallizing, connected to our lessons in the matrix with our past lives and the different realms that we're not really perceiving in the moment. So all of this is coming in. It's like so much deeper than I think people realize with what they're playing out in their life with other people. So if you're playing out a pain here or trauma here with someone else, I would look at what it could be at a soul level, like the bigger cause of it, because usually there's something way bigger, or something that you're replaying from a past life that could be totally different. It's just coming up in a different way. Yes, a lot of karmic debt being paid and cleared. Everything is really karmic, but the negative karma and things that we've created by default by not having the conscious awareness of what we've been creating, because there's been that manipulation of our perception of reality, but also the programming through our lineage and the bloodline, and then the collective consciousness. So we've been moving out of that programming, and through that moving out of it, when the darkness is brought to the light, or our patterns, our manifestations are brought to the light of our awareness, that's where we clear that karma. It's that awareness of it. So we're going to see this play out in the collective in different ways, where a lot of stuff is going to be coming to the surface, and that's basically clearing the karma when it comes to the surface. There's an uprooting